Hi everyone and welcome to a new video, and this is the third pop vinyl video. So if you didn't know already, I am a pop vinyl figure collector. I've got a real passion for them, and that passion goes so far as to not getting them out of the boxes to display them because I don't want to damage them. And I love how they look inside the boxes. So if you've not checked out the previous two videos, then make sure you go back. I have now 19 pop vinyls in total, and I'm now running out of places to put them because at the minute they're just on top of a shelf where we house our DVDs and Blu-rays. But I just can't stop buying them. They just look so cool. So yeah, I've just got a few more to tell you about and add to the collection. I thought there was enough to do another video. There are 5 to talk you through, so let's get to it. Let me know if you yourself have a pop vinyl collection, and let me know what your favourite pop vinyl figure is. I do have some in mind that I want to get next, but I've had to seal my wallet shut for the moment and focus on getting some money first before and also paying for a wedding before getting the pops. So here we are. This is the first one, and this is Han Solo from the movie that was released, Solo, A Star Wars Story. So there's a few different ones that you can get relating to this film. I saw this, so this is a film actually that when I heard it was announced, I'm a massive Harrison Ford fan, and I reacted by going, a Han Solo film without Harrison Ford? Harrison Ford is Han Solo. How can you do this? It was sort of how I reacted when I thought Shia LaBeouf was going to become the next Indiana Jones. But I went along and I saw the movie with my friend Bobby and his fiancée Emma. And who else came? This made it a special moment. Helena came to watch Star Wars A Solo Story. And I think it might have been... Was it Helena's first Star Wars film? Helena has also watched A New Hope. She's watched it twice. She's watched it on Blu-ray, and she's also watched the version at the Royal Albert Hall where they had the orchestra. So it's going well, folks. But yeah, so she came and she enjoyed it. So this is actually quite a sentimental pop vinyl figure because it was a Star Wars film that Helena came to see with me in the cinema, and I didn't think that was ever going to happen. And the guy that played Han Solo, Alden, I can't say his second name, Ehrenreich? Anyway, Alden, I thought he did a fantastic job, but I'm just glad that it proved to be a good movie. And I also have, well, we have Chewbacca as a pop vinyl figure as well that we got from Walt Disney World. So it makes sense to go next to Chewbacca, you got to have the other half of that duo, Han Solo. And then a few other ones you can get from this series. You can get Chewbacca, which is the one that we've got, actually. So we've got the Chewbacca from Solo, A Star Wars Story, which is perfect. And then you can get Lando Calrissian from that movie. Kira, Tobias Beckett, Val, Rio Durant, L337, a Range Trooper, N5's Nest, or a Mud Trooper. Well, there you are. First one. There he is with his blaster and his trademark outfit. I forgot to say, it's getting very confusing now because a lot of people have decided to buy me pops because they know that I like them so much. So I believe this one was bought for me at Christmas by Helena's parents. I'm hoping that's correct, otherwise I've just annoyed somebody. The next one, I am a wrestling fan. I have been since the age of 9 years old, and my brother got me a pop vinyl figure, and it's of a classic superstar that was around in the 1980s and had battles with Hulk Hogan. A bit of a controversial figure in the world of wrestling, and it's a man who often speaks his mind with hilarious results. A guy called the Iron Sheik. And like I said, he did battle with Hulk Hogan. Pretty sure that Hulk Hogan back in the day won one of his championships from the Iron Sheik. And there are numerous wrestling ones that you can get. They've just put a few on the back here. They've got Bayley, they've got Chris Jericho, $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Sasha Banks, and then they've put the Iron Sheik as a one to get on the back of the box that is for the Iron Sheik. And there he is. He's got his finger up. He's ready to talk some smack to you. I opened this. He wasn't a particular favourite of mine, but just my brother thought I'd get a kick out of seeing the Iron Sheik as a pop vinyl figure, and he's right. So yeah, that was bought for me again for Christmas by my brother, my sister-in-law. Okay, these are very recent purchases. Me and Helena were staying in a B&B, Airbnb in Keighley, and we went along to the shopping centre in Bradford. The Broadway, that's what it's called, which is funny because she's actually performing in the Broadway show lounge on the ship. So it was the Broadway, had numerous shops. One of the shops was Menkind, and inside there they had numerous pop vinyl figures, and there were two that called my name, but there was one that I saw and I did an audible There is a certain catchphrase that follows me around these days from the vlogs that we've done at Disney and about Disney. And I don't know how it caught on, because I said it once on a ride, and then from there I get messages saying, whenever we go on the ride, we say this. Whenever we see the ride, we think of you. And one of the best comments ever, and I wish I had the name of this person, one of the best comments was that her and her boyfriend were watching Toy Story, and when this character came on the screen, she said it out loud, his name, the way that I say it. And her boyfriend, who's never watched us before, was slightly worried about his girlfriend and just couldn't understand why she had shouted that out so loud and in such an excited manner. If you haven't guessed it, it's Slinky Dog. And if you're going to spell that, it's Slinkeh. So we spell it differently than it is actually spelled. And then DAWGGGGGG exclamation mark. So here he is. Saw this and I thought, we have got to buy this straight away. And it's just amazing. Toy Story is my favourite Disney Pixar film of all time. I mean, I love the trilogy of films. At the time of recording this, the fourth one hasn't come out, so I haven't had a chance to see it. And Slinky Dog was always one of my favourite characters. I loved the guy that voiced him originally, because I used to watch the Ernest movies, and the guy that did the Ernest movies was the original voice of Slinky Dog, so there was something quite warming about that. I used to watch the Ernest movies at my grandma and granddad's, and they were just slapstick, wacky movies. A guy in a cap who would just be like, Ernest goes to join the army, or Ernest goes to college. As you can see towards the back, I thought it was just his head and his legs, but it's actually the entire body. Slinky Dog is one of my favourite rides in Disneyland Paris. I can't wait to go on it. The coaster in Walt Disney World. We got to see Toy Story Land at the end of our Walt Disney World trip, but it was the opening day, so the line was massive. Next time we go back, hopefully we'll be able to get on it, and I will shout the loudest Slinky Dog that I have ever shouted. Oh, I love it. And you can get loads of other Toy Story ones. Buzz Lightyear. I haven't got Buzz yet. Ham, Rex, Bo Peep, Mrs. Nesbit. So that's Buzz Lightyear when his arms come off and he's been made to drink tea. And he's like, can't you see the hat? It's one of my favourite bits. I am Mrs. Nesbit. Wheezy you can get, and you can also get Bullseye. I saw another pop vinyl that was shouting my name. I've been looking for some James Bond related pops for a very long time, and I didn't even think they existed. But then I saw this one. Oh yes, it is James Bond. It's Roger Moore. You can tell because he's got the mole on his face there, and he's dressed as he is in The Spy Who Loved Me, which is, in my opinion, Roger Moore's best James Bond film. And here he is, he's wearing the dicky bow, the tuxedo, the ruffled shirt, he's got the sweep over haircut, he's got the eyebrows, and there's even lines over the top of the eyebrows, because he used to do a lot of that. And then he's got the Walter PPK And this was reduced as well. This was like $6.99. And Roger Moore, away from Bond, I had a lot of admiration for. I still do, even though he has passed away. He did so much work for the charity UNICEF, and I got to see him do his talk, his show at the South Bank Centre in London with my dad, and it was the last show he ever did. And I feel very fortunate that I was able to be there and see him before he left us. But he did sterling work in the world of cinema, but I think the work he did for UNICEF makes him stand out. So, thank you, Rog. It was no problem. I'm not an impersonator. I don't know why I did that. And then, so on the back of this box, you've got Golden Girl from Goldfinger, Odd Job from Goldfinger, Blofeld from You Only Live Twice, or Jaws from The Spy Who Loved Me. And then there was a picture of another pop, and I said, I need to have that one. I need it now. So I went off to Amazon and I purchased it. If you have Roger Moore, you have got to have Sean Connery. Because Sean Connery is my favourite Bond. He was the first, and he was so cool. To me, there is no better scene in cinema history than when, in Dr. No, the guy goes up to the casino desk and says, I'm looking for James Bond. And the guy says, oh, I'll go and give him this message. And you walk all the way through the casino to a table. I get goosebumps just thinking of it. You're at this casino table. You're only seeing the hands of a certain individual. And then Sylvia Trench says, I admire your luck, Mr. And there he is, Bond. James Bond. It's just like, it's the coolest thing ever. So here he is, dressed as he is in Goldfinger, which many say was the moment that James Bond just exploded into pop culture. I mean, it had made an impact already, but Goldfinger is just when they started firing on all cylinders. And here he is with his signature outfit. This is an outfit that I love. He's got the white tuxedo jacket. He's got the red carnation, the bow tie. He's standing with his arms crossed, which is how you see him stood on a lot of the posters. And I just thought, yeah, if I have Roger Moore, I need Sean Connery. And that's it for the pop vinyl figures for the moment. I recently went to see Avengers Endgame. So, I mean, this has probably gone out far past when it first came out. There's no spoilers. I'm not going to say anything about the actual film other than it was absolutely brilliant. But I really want to get some Marvel pops. I already have Spider-Man, but I think I need to add some more to the collection. And there was one I just saw on Amazon, which I was like, oh, I'm going to have it. And it's Captain America from Infinity War when he had the beard and a bit more of a rugged look to him. And I'm really... Captain America, Chris Evans. So, like, when I first heard Captain America was coming into the films, I thought... I'm going off on a bit of a tangent here, but I thought, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to like the Captain America character because he's just a bit of a goody two-shoes. I thought they'd do it a bit like, you know, like Superman, where he's just a bit too... It's like, ugh. You're too good. But they made him such an amazing character. And Chris Evans, how he went from that Johnny Storm to... I mean, it's like a completely different person in terms of, like, the actor. That goes to show how good an actor he is. But anyway, on that note, let me know what pop vinyl figures you've got. Let me know if you've got any Marvel ones. Which ones you think I should get to add to the top shelf. They're going to be falling off soon. And I will make another pop vinyl video when I've acquired a few more. But I don't know when that's going to be. I might have to take a bit of a break from buying them. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe if you haven't done already. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.